Nagas or snake people play a key role in Hindu, Buddhist, and Jain scriptures. But who are they? Are they non-Vedic agricultural people who worshipped snakes and were overthrown or driven into forest by the Aryans? We can only speculate. In the Purans, they lived under the earth in the fabulous world known as the Rastala, located in the city of Bhogavati, ruled by the serpent king Vasuki. They are known for their shape-shifting nature as well as the gems they possess, which can cure all ailments. They play a key role in both the Ramayan and Mahabharat.
In the later retelling of the Ramayan, Ravan's son Indrajit, also known as Meghnad, is married to Sulochana, a Naga princess. Therefore, he has many magical weapons gifted to him by the serpents. Using the same Nag Astra, he is able to capture Hanuman, who creates havoc in Ravan's Ashokvatika. Armed with the knowledge of the Naga Astra, he is also able to bind both Ram and Lakshman in the battle at Lanka until Garuda comes to the rescue from Vaikuntha. When Lakshman finally manages to kill Indrajit, his head reaches Lanka, but his body remains in the battlefield. The Rakshas are terrified to go and fetch his corpse. Therefore, his widow, Sulochana, ventures forth on her own, earning the admiration of Ram for her courage. In the Assamese retelling of the Ramayan, in the final chapter, after Sita refuses to return to Ayodhya and descends into the earth, she takes up residence in the Rastala and gets the serpents to abduct her sons, Lava and Kush, whom she misses very much. This leads to a war between the Nagas and the Ram, and eventually she lets her son to return to Ayodhya and promises to visit Ram secretly. In the Mahabharata, the Pandav and the Krishna are related to the Nagas. When the Kauravas attempt to kill Bhim by poisoning and throwing him into the river, the Nagas rescued him and gave him an antidote, Somras. Arjuna too married the Naga princess Ulupi, and from their union a son, Aravan, is born, who participates in the Mahabharata war. With the Pandavas burned down the Kandavaprastha forest, they effectively destroyed the home of the Nagas, and many of whom are killed. One of the survivors, Takshak, enters the quiver of Karna, takes form of an arrow with which Karna shoots Arjun. Arjun is rescued as Krishna causes his chariot to sink in the ground, and the arrow strikes Arjun's crown instead. The same Takshak kills Parikshit, the grandson of Arjun, to complete his revenge. Parikshit's son, Janmeja, conducts the sacrifice to kill all the serpents, but is stopped by the half-Nag, half-human Ashitika, who requests Janmeja to listen to the story of Mahabharata in order to understand the futility of revenge. In the Vaishnav literature, whenever Vishnu descends on the earth, he is accompanied by his cosmic serpent Adishish, or Shishnag, who serves as Vishnu's throne. When Vishnu is Ram, Adishish is Lakshman. When Vishnu is Krishna, Adishish is Balarama.
Some scholars are of the opinion that the antecedent to the snake worship is much older in India, an alternative way of thinking which gradually mingled with the Vedic thought. It was the religion of the tribal people who were gradually displaced by the agricultural communities. However, they were never wiped out. They demanded assimilation. Hence, the serpent sheltering the sage or the god is a common motif not only in the Hindu temples but also in Buddhist and Jain shrines. The serpents were associated with rain and fertility, approached for good harvest and children. Today we see them as an essential constituent of the Hindu mythology. However, at one time they were probably a separate tributary, often in conflict with the Vedic ideas.